Hi, I'm Avery Davidson.
And I'm Kristen Oaks-White. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. Well, the United States government is reopening. The longest government shutdown in history ended after the Senate approved a spending measure that funds agencies through January 30th of next year.
Included in the Senate measure were extensions to Farm Bill programs, $30 billion for the Commodity Credit Corporation, and funding for the USDA through September 30th of next year. All good news for agriculture.
On this vote, the ayes are 60, the nays are 40. The bill as amended is passed.
On this vote, the yeas are 222, the nays are 209. The bill is passed. The motion is adopted.
With those two votes, Congress reopened the federal government after a record-setting shutdown.
Very excited to see Congress move forward and getting things back rolling, and we have a lot of things coming through this package that we think will help moving forward, or at least set the table for better things to come. But ultimately, just the basic functions of having people in offices to answer questions and process programs is key number one.
Louisiana Farm Bureau Public Policy Director Andy Brown says funding the government will reopen USDA service centers to full staffing and allow bankers to issue government-backed crop loans.
We know a lot of those guaranteed loans, a lot of those government-assisted loans are going to be in high demand this year. So having less time to do that than normal is going to be a challenge, but the further this went, the tighter that window became, and so we're glad to see that it's going to open back up and things can start to flow through those offices.
That's the whole thing. You know, we've got to get some dollars into the farmers' hands so they can get it down to the bank, so that we can get that balance sheet, we can get it in a better position where we can take out the next loan. It's all about taking out the next loan so we can replant, and then we will be looking at what the planting intentions are. So right now, it'd be very difficult to get the planting intentions without knowing how many farmers are going to get the loan to replant. So all that's got to be working together.
Louisiana Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry Dr. Mike Strain spoke about the shutdown ending at this meeting of the Baton Rouge Press Club. He says the continuing resolution funds most of the government through January 30th, but it funds USDA through September 30th of next year.
The agriculture appropriations section is funded for the remainder of a year, So the USDA and the FDA, their appropriations is there beyond December. So that's a very good thing. Now, in that, they also have a funding for those USDA provisions that expired with the expiration of the Farm Bill. So the Farm Bill's moving forward. Looks like we're going to have the funding and the policy for a year. So it looks like the majority of the, quote, skinny Farm Bill, right, then that is going to be in place for another year, and we have to then start on making that either more permanent or rolling it into when we redo the whole Farm Bill.
Brown says the continuing resolution also puts $30 billion into the Commodity Credit Corporation, a fund used in the past to get aid quickly into the hands of farmers and ranchers.
Nothing officially on the table in terms of what assistance is going to be or what could be, but we know that a huge tool for the Secretary in terms of any sort of immediate assistance or announcements had to be the CCC. So by replenishing that, you've opened up a lot more funds to her availability. We're hoping that that's going to be coupled with some other funds from somewhere. So we still have some asks of Congress to combine with that authority, with that replenishment that they gave the Secretary. And we're counting on Congress to not do this and head towards Christmas. You know, there's a lot of work still to be done between now and January to hopefully get Congress to join the executive branch in trying to support farmers and ranchers.
The Senate bill included $13.5 million to help ranchers buy electronic ID tags that would help them comply with disease traceability requirements. The Center for Coastal Studies at Nicholls State University has a brand new building on campus, and it's already being put to good use.
This week, TWILA's Neil Melanson takes us to the Seafood and Health Conference, where new techniques in DNA testing are hoping to help Louisiana's native seafood industry that isn't faring too well right now.
The new Coastal Center on the Nicholls State University campus is a testament to the importance of fisheries and the seafood they produce in Louisiana. Inside are exhibits to the coast's history, which is vital to understanding the background of not just Louisiana, but the world, according to historian Donald Davis.
And when you start with shrimp, it was originally called drunker's food. And then Louisiana became the first state to have manufactured ice.
You heard that right. Modern refrigeration began here in Louisiana due to the seafood industry. That's one of the many topics Davis is bringing here to the seafood conference.
So when you tell people that shrimp were drunkards' food, they can't believe it. They simply go to, in the Thibodeau, Rouse's supermarket and buy it, having no understanding that Clarence Birdseye developed freezing techniques that you see today. And Mrs. Post developed the technique of leasing those freezers to groceries, and American housewives nationwide began to understand frozen food's pretty good.
Maintaining Louisiana seafood is another thing. David Williams represents a company trying to help preserve it through DNA testing of shrimp to make sure it comes from Louisiana.
Most of the time when people say they're serving Gulf shrimp, they're not serving Gulf shrimp. Louisiana is a forerunner in legislation. So the authenticity rate in Louisiana averages about 38% in authentic. But there's other areas such as Florida, where the authenticity rate can be as low as 6%.
CD uses a proprietary system of DNA testing that's already providing payback for Louisiana shrimpers. The test is also quick, taking just over 2 hours for results, with the possibility of it expanding to other commodities.
We've seen that in the last year, the shrimp price has gone up to the fishermen about 30%. It needs to go up significantly higher, but our next objectives are going to be looking at the oyster industry and looking at the crawfish industry that are also suffering similar things.
This Seafood and Health Conference held here at Nicholls State University's Coastal Center covers a lot more than just DNA testing and history. However, one conclusion is clear. Without intervention, the seafood industry our state is so famous for might just fade away. Reporting from Thibodaux, I'm Neil Melanson.
The Seafood and Health Conference was sponsored by the Environmental and Health Council of Louisiana.
Most farmers would tell you right now fertilizer prices stink. While tariff aid payments are pending, at least one expert says those funds could actually cause prices to go higher. AgWeb reports that financial services company StoneX warns that government aid could have the consequence of boosting fertilizer prices. They say that a big cash injection could cause a surge in demand that suppliers cannot meet. It's a little late this year, but the cold temperatures have finally arrived. While you're wrapping your pipes and protecting your plants, farmers are protecting their investments.
Winter weather changes how farms operate. You can't protect everything from the cold, but you can make sure your crop survives until spring. TWILA's Josh Meeks went to one ranch in East Feliciana Parish to see how they're getting ready.
The cool, crisp air is back in Louisiana, even if just for a moment. As the temperatures drop, farmers are reminded that it's soon time to move into winter mode. That looks different from farm to farm. For Amelia Kent's cows, it means changing diets.
In this transition, as you just mentioned, we rely upon stockpiled grass as much as we can until we can't. And that's usually whenever there's a hard freeze and it zaps any green left in the grass. That hard freeze is when we absolutely have to start feeding hay.
For now, Kent supplements her herd's diet as the grass begins to lose nutrients. You can tell that's happening when it turns brown. Kent uses a custom blend of feed to keep energy levels up as temperatures fall.
As we move out of our warm summer months, our summer grass starts heading into dormancy. It loses a lot of its nutritional punch. This is the time frame when we start supplementing our cows really hard with a combination of a range meal, which is DDG and salt and mineral all mixed together, as well as a custom ration.
This early season freeze isn't a hard one, but Kent says when it does come, her cows will be ready.
You can look at the cows behind us. This is the first cold zap that we've seen, but as we get colder, their coats will get thicker, hair grown, and cows should be able to take care of themselves through the winter as best they can.
After a few months under drought conditions, ranchers have been keeping an especially close eye on their forage supply. But so far, conditions in South Louisiana have stayed manageable.
We are dry. We're not terribly dry, but as you've seen, the cows are kicking up dust and we're able to drive diesel pickups pretty much anywhere we want to. So that's a sign in South Louisiana that we're dry.
Dry weather isn't all bad, though, especially with calving season underway.
And dryness actually is a benefit for us. Dry and mild temperatures makes calving season really pleasant compared to one of those really cold, wet, nasty, muddy days.
As for what's ahead, Kent says this year's La Nina should mean fewer extremes.
Despite the snow last year, we had a real mild winter. Great summer conditions for the cattle, and it were reflected in the weights. So fingers crossed we carry some of that momentum into this winter as well.
Reporting from East Feliciana Parish for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, I'm Josh Meeks.
Kent might get her wish about drought conditions. Rain is expected in the southern part of the state in the middle of next week.
If you're involved in Louisiana Farm Bureau, we have a great leadership conference coming up that you need to put on your calendar right now. But instead of us telling you about it, let's bring on the volunteer leaders helping plan the event to tell us more.
Louisiana Farm Bureau Women's Leadership Committee would like to invite you to the Rooted in Leadership Conference, January 23rd and 24th in Baton Rouge.
Hold on, Miss Michelle. Our young farmers and ranchers would like to be invited to this as well.
Well, the more the merrier.
Hey, did someone say leadership? Count the Michael Dana Leadership Committee in also. And for that fact, all of Louisiana Farm Bureau leadership needs to be here.
Looks like everyone's invited.
So come join us for tours, keynotes, workshops, and plenty of time to network and grow.
Because leadership takes root when we all come together. See you in Baton Rouge.
Registration is open now, and the first 50 people to register will be put into a drawing for a $100 Amazon gift card. So sign up early, bring a friend. You can find the link on our website at twilatv.org.
While the show isn't being aired live, it's being recorded on Veterans Day, and we'd be remiss to not take a moment to thank the brave men and women who have worn our nation's uniform. This show focuses on agriculture and those who tend to the land we love, but we know that's a privilege only made possible by the courage and sacrifice and commitment of those who have served. From all of us here at This Week in Louisiana Agriculture and the Louisiana Farm Bureau, we say thank you. Still to come on TWILA, we take you to the Louisiana State Fair, where the Louisiana Cattlemen's Association is serving up beef with a mission in this week's Feasting on Agriculture.
But first, it's couture with a Cajun flair. One Louisiana woman's bridal gown ditches the white lace for white scales.
You're watching This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week.
Welcome to Feasting on Agriculture. I'm Kristen Oaks-White, and today we're in Shreveport, Louisiana at the Louisiana State Fair, where the smell of beef is rolling through the Midway. But it's not just about the flavor. This is the home of the Louisiana Cattlemen's Kitchen, run by the Louisiana Cattlemen's Association, and every meal that they sell here isn't just a meal, it's a mission.
Feasting on Agriculture is brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council, beef, it's what's for dinner, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, think rice.
We're here at the Cattlemen's Kitchen with Jarrett Daigle, the Louisiana Cattlemen's Association president. And the Cattlemen's Kitchen is a staple for the State Fair,
Yes.
but it's a staple for y'all's organization too, right?
It's for our foundation.
Okay.
All proceeds from this kitchen go to scholarships and disaster relief. It started back in the early 70s with Mansell and Pearl Slaughter, and actually it was the whole exec board, but them and Barbara and Charles Littrell. Slaughters were from East Feliciana, the Littrells from Jeff Davis Parish.
And so when you say foundation, the money that you raise here goes to
a 501(c) foundation that all the foundation does is scholarships and disaster relief. We have 2 accounts in that foundation for that. We normally guarantee 8 scholarships, but in the last 5 years we've given out anywhere from 12 to 18.
Okay.
One year was 20. I remember when I was sitting on the scholarship board because it all depends on the income we get at this thing, because we have to, if it don't happen, if the Cattlemen's Kitchen doesn't happen at the State Fair, we still have to have funds to be able to do scholarships.
Right. And this is a great way to promote Louisiana beef, right?
It's all ground meat. It was all donated beef. from farmers and everything here. We've went through over 500 pounds of ground beef already, and we've went through 12 cases of ribeye rolls. So we got steak sandwiches, we have hamburgers, we have brisket sandwiches, we have brisket potatoes, steak salads, sit down, cooked to order, 12-ounce ribeye steak, potato or fries, a salad and a drink for $34.
Okay, so Emerson, you are the 2025 Cattlemen's Queen. What's your job?
Always knowing what's going on in the industry. There's so much to keep track of, and whenever they ask me to speak about things or to just have an up-to-date knowledge, you got to make sure you know a little bit about everything.
Oh yeah, you said it a minute ago. Your primary job is to be
ambassador.
Yes. for the industry.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to pass. So we just go.
We're gonna go out these doors and we're gonna go to the livestock barn.
Okay.
Is that a
you
good
first?
enough? Okay.
I'm gonna test my waitress skills. We've got a real treat now because we've got the pawpaw, as I'm told you're called, for the Louisiana Cattlemen's Association, Mr. Calvin LaBeouf from Vermilion Parish. And you've been involved in the association for how long?
Oh, probably in the mid-early 80s.
Mid-early 80s.
Yeah.
And so how many years have you been coming to this, helping?
Well, probably most of them. We'd come and spend a week in here, you know. I used to love to cook steaks. That was my job over here, you know. And when we started out, we were working out of a tent on the other side of the Coliseum over there. And then we finally got us this building, which is a big help, you know.
This is a good cause. If you had to give me a selling point for somebody walking down that fairway, why they should stop here instead of the funnel cakes.
Beef is what's for dinner, right?
Pretty perfect.
Yeah.
We have brisket. This is our hamburger. This is our ribeye. We have our beef stew, and we have our French fries.
Fries?
It's good. Good.
Good.
Thank you.
Let's go back out where people would be more willing to take it. Everybody's like, no, I got beef. I raise beef. I don't need it. What's your favorite dish at the Cattlemen's Kitchen?
Mine is a brisket sandwich since we started it this year. This is the first year we did that. We used to do chipped beef, and chipped beef, it got astronomical in cost. So we decided to get our own smoker pit, and we actually smoke them briskets here, and we slice and chop them up and make sandwiches, potatoes, salads, and everything with it. It's good.
When we come back, we have the highlight of the show, Louisiana beef, and we're going to sample some of that great beef in the Louisiana Cattlemen's Kitchen, so stay with us.
I am today.
For today. What's the secret to, I'm not seeing a temperature, a thermometer out here. It's just experience.
And I'm not the best at it. But like me and Shannon was talking about over, we're the interns and we're both 55. So we're the young ones here.
Well, teach me how, when I go home and I cook a steak, how can I tell that this steak is medium, rare?
Medium, I just know it's got to be, and I'm trying to put you some grill marks on there so you know we won't be pretty.
You fancy, huh?
Yeah, we won't be pretty. But a few minutes on each one. Okay. For the medium rare, just not as long, and the medium just a little bit longer. And I mash them down, and if you don't see nothing coming out of them, they're just about medium.
Oh, that's the trick. Okay. So you raise beef, I take it?
I got a few of my own. I got some Tiger Stripes and some Black Angus or Brangus. Yeah, well, I know. But
you got half of it, right? Or 5/8 of it, right?
Right.
That looks pretty good. You don't just do grill marks, you do crisscross grill marks.
Oh yeah.
That's
make it look professional, like you
now
know.
That's super fancy.
Make it look.
Oh, you even got us a.
Oh yeah, man, we got fine china, darling. And you can drop this, and you ain't gonna break it. There you go, Kristen. I actually served you a steak.
Miss Leslie, I have been told that the brisket sandwich is the thing to order, so I've got a steak, but I want to try the brisket sandwich too. Ooh-wee. The fries to go with the steak. We'll just sample a little bit of everything. Okay. Got it. Do we need to get a baked potato for Stuart?
Here's the true test of your
True
cooking
test.
skills.
I'll sit right here and see if I did good.
So we're gonna cut into it and see how this medium steak
Should have just a little pink in it.
that I'm not cutting the best in the world. Okay, let's get a try.
I can sleep well tonight that you're happy.
I grew up showing cattle right there.
Uh-huh.
And so we would always stop here, and this is A+, man.
They've
And
been doing
wait,
the same thing for
let's just see.
50 years.
Just to make it even, we gotta test this too. The brisket sandwich.
Well, we need to get the girl a napkin. She can handle it.
Equally as impressive. I hope I have enough room in my stomach to sample everything that's here. The house-cut fries are one of my favorites, but all of it is delicious. And if you're at the Louisiana State Fair, be sure to stop by the Louisiana Cattlemen's Kitchen. If you want to learn more about Louisiana beef, visit our website at twilatv.org. Until next time, we'll see you feasting on agriculture.
Feasting on Agriculture was brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council, beef, it's what's for dinner, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, think rice.
Time now for this week's TWILA Boost, and it could be TWILA Boots, because you'll find out in a moment. We're talking gator. You've probably seen gator boots, even gator handbags. But what about a gator dress?
LSU senior Martha Rigney designed the Bayou Bride gown. Take a look at how she came up with this idea.
Actually, my sister's getting married soon, so I kind of had like wedding dress shopping on the mind. So when we saw this white pearlescent, I was like, this would be a great opportunity. And I think a really cool way to explore like what this very Louisiana iconic material could look like for a modern Louisiana bride. When I think of traditional Southern bridal wear, I think of lace and this magnolia flower, you know, our state flower. So I thought that would be a fun nod, and also a way to, like, these are made from the legs of the alligator hide, and they already are shaped in this very like three-dimensional kind of like contorted way. I edited a bunch of different versions of the alligator picture in Photoshop, and then we printed out little samples of that in little squares and compared them with the real fabric to see like what would complement it.
Rigney's design won her the International Textile and Apparel Association Blanche Payne Award. And maybe we need to get her to come on the show and design some gator suits.
Oh, I would
to
wear
host.
I'd wear it in a heartbeat. I mean, that would be really cool. A white gator jacket, but you know, we'd have to wait until spring. Can't wear white right now.
What? Oh, that's not necessarily true. There's winter white, but you could have the TWILA, you could have a white with the TWILA.
Oh, the TWILA and the green gator.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
All
I
right.
like it.
Well,
that does it for this edition of TWILA. Be sure to join us next week for our Thanksgiving special, highlighting farmers giving back to their communities.
Until then, you can watch all of our stories online at twilatv.org, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find all of these stories on our YouTube channel, and be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you know exactly when we put out new content.
For all of us here at TWILA, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again right here next week.